But some cops aren't just connected to racist assholes, they are those assholes.
We then basically went looking through those groups to find members of law enforcement and ultimately identified almost 400 law enforcement officers from around the country who are members of groups such as Islamophobic groups, racist Confederate groups, and anti-government militia groups. It's actually replete with racism, with racist memes, with posts denigrating African Americans and Latinos and immigrants, and they're really just not nice places to be.
Leave it to a British person to politely describe our most virulently racist groups as not nice places to be. We should call white militias what they are, gangs. Any other time a group of armed men congregate on a street corner, police call them a gang or thugs. But when white men travel to another state to threaten people with AK-47s, they're called militias, and police welcome them with open arms. Meanwhile, as conservatives attempt to turn racist murderers into heroes and reframe the police as victims, American athletes are speaking out about the real issue of police brutality.
Over the past few years, athletes have used their platform to raise awareness for social justice. Critics have told them to shut up and play. Tonight, they did neither.
The NBA's Milwaukee Bucks led the charge after players refused to take the court for their playoff game.
The first NBA boycotted game since 1961.
That 1961 protest got furious criticism from Fox News host Mortimer Carlson, who said, "You big daddy-os better put an egg in your shoe and beat it before I give you a knuckle sandwich, you dig?" The 1961 walkout was a civil rights protest led by NBA legend Bill Russell, who said black players were accepted as entertainers but not as people. And somehow, 60 years later, we're still fighting the same fight. The Milwaukee Bucks and the rest of the sports world that followed their lead literally took their ball and went home so Americans would have to think about what they've done.
Today, players in the league moving forward with meaningful change. Off the court, both sides agreeing to establish a social justice coalition, focusing on access to voting, civic engagement, and police and criminal justice reform. The league plans to convert their own facilities into voting locations for the upcoming election.
They got all that from a 3-day strike. Another week, and they probably could have gotten the San Antonio Spurs Coyote into rehab. The Coyote is not well. Look, it shouldn't take black athletes putting their careers on the line to get America to change. It's on all of us to act, especially those of us who have the privilege to not live in fear of police violence. We have to demand justice for Jacob Blake and all victims of police brutality. We have to listen, we have to pay attention, we have to keep our eyes open. I mean, like, not this open, but you get the idea. If you liked this video, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments below. And if you didn't like this video, I'm sure you've already left a comment. Thank you so much.